How could you develop 24 outrageously successful video ideas in just minutes? By using generative AI, you can find inspiration and ideation as you approach this process and develop lots of great ideas in a really short period of time. What's ideation, you say? In this video, I won't just tell you what ideation is. I will show you the three-step process that I used to generate and develop 24 ideas for videos that I plan to create in 2024. Let's get into it. Step one, you need a boatload of ideas, and you probably need a bigger boatload of ideas. Generative AI is really helpful for this. It's exceedingly helpful when you're wanting to come up with lots of ideas, and you can do it with tools right out of the box using free versions of ChatGPT or similar technologies. But there are some ideation secrets for working with AI, and I'm going to share those now. The first secret is use the same prompt over and over again. This is called training. Essentially, every time that you contribute to the same thread in ChatGPT, you're giving the algorithm more information to work with. This is why it's called machine learning. The system is learning, and so the more that you can tell it over time, the more it will adapt to what you're looking for and what your interests are. Next, write out a really detailed prompt. One of the mistakes I see a lot of people use with generative AI is to create a very, very short prompt, maybe a sentence or two. The more information you provide about who you are, the context, what you're trying to do, and the outcomes and the forms you're looking at, the better the quality of the output is going to be. So create a nice, robust prompt that tells it about your concept and the kinds of ideas you're looking for. Number three, come up with an outrageous number of ideas to start with. I had 182 ideas after prompting ChatGPT. Let me show you how I did it. I started with ChatGPT. I'm using ChatGPT Plus with ChatGPT 4, but even the free version is really helpful for ideation. What I did was I wrote a robust prompt, as you can see here, a long paragraph describing who I am, what my channel's about, what kinds of ideas I'm looking for, and the types of videos that I want to produce. I even give some examples of some of the technologies I might want to highlight or the types of approach that I want for the videos. And I've asked it to come up with lots and lots of ideas. And as you can see here, it started out by giving me a list of ideas. Well, that wasn't enough, so I asked it for more topics. I got more and more specific as I went, asking it for maybe lists of DIY projects or common questions that I could answer on YouTube about entrepreneurship. And on it went. And so each time it came up with more and more ideas, usually about 15 to 20 at a time. And so I gave it new prompts. And by using the same thread over and over, it's recognizing what it's done in the past. I can even correct it along the way. Say, I like what you did here, but maybe make this change. And then produce the next list and produce the next list and produce the next list. And as you can see, I did this over and over and over again until it had come up with over 180 ideas. Next, I copied those ideas and I pasted them into a Google Sheet. This is a way that is useful for me because I've used spreadsheets a lot in my life and my career. And so it's a good way for me to consolidate information into one place, look for patterns, and start to go through the three-step process for generating lots of ideas, getting to the best ideas, and then finalizing those ideas. So let's move on to step two. So in step two, we're going to add categories and refine the list. Start by reading through all of the ideas in the list. Take it all in one setting. Second, go back through the list and copy out and consolidate the best ideas into step two. Third, add a column called category and tag each one with a category. This way you can spot patterns in the ideas that you have. You might be able to group them if you wanted to come up with a series, or in my case, I want to actually have a little bit of information or topics from each of the categories. So I'm going to spread out where my selections are based on getting a wide range of categories. Fourth, come up with that selection criteria. Are we looking for one category? Are we looking for inspiration or variety? Are we looking for a progression of ideas? Come up with some criteria that help you decide what it is that you're going to select and what your reasoning will be for choosing the topics that you ultimately land on. Now let's move on to step three. In step three, we're going to finalize and prioritize the list. This means using the selection criteria you came up with in step two, start to copy the finalists into the new list. This includes their categories. What this will do is give you a final view of everything that you've brought forward in your process. Now I'm going to add a column called rank. And in this way, I'm going to start to prioritize the order of the video, or I'm going to start to rank the videos in terms of what order I might want to see them in. The good news here is you don't have to assign them in order and move them. You can just put the numbers you want in and then ultimately sort the data by the ranking column, and that way they'll be in order, ready to go. Now that we have the refined list, we're ready to get started. So you can add some columns here to help to keep track of what needs to be done as you produce the videos. So I've come up with a checklist of all the things that need to happen in order to produce these videos and put them into motion. So I have scripts, recording, edits, thumbnail, call to action, community post, the target date, some other details and notes. This creates a little bit of a project plan for myself. And of course, if you're already using project management software or apps like Monday or Notion, this is a great opportunity to put those into motion as well. So these are just a few ideas for how to take the ideation process and apply it to something like creating a block of content like I have here with my 24 videos in 24 days. If you want to use AI more to fuel your startup in 2024, check out my video called Look Alive with ChatGPT and DALL-E. And of course, as always, keep going.